Hey guys, and welcome to a mod review of BlackSheep Modding's Liebherr 92902 excavator. So, very anticipated mod here. These are my thoughts, where could possibly be improved, and just a general look around, basically. So, we've got all the implements here. We'll kind of, as you guys probably take from the thumbnail, got quite a bit of stuff going on here. So, we've got the implements down here. One on with a blade on the tractor version and the bucket, and an sort of accessories, if you like, with the wheeled version. We've got the stands here, and then on the tracked one we have the forest protection. So let's go over and, well, look at them in the store so you guys can see what you get. So this is available on both PC and consoles under the miscellaneous section. Right here. So you've got the wheeled version right here, which is 95k, along with the tracked version, which is 90k. The leveler, the front blade, 3000. The cut W900, 3.5. Wrapped bale handler, 900. Stump grinder, 4000. Universal bucket, 1200. Log fork, or log grab, I would call it personally, 2.5k, and the other version here, so the difference between these versions we'll go over in a minute, is 2,400, and two different variations of the shovel. One's 3 grand and one is 2,900. And the customization options are with grain support, basically, so it blocks off all the gaps. Same on this one. The grab, nothing. I believe the nothing on here. We can make it black or the actual colour, with teeth, without teeth. The one I have has got the teeth. Stump grinder, no options. The bale grab, no options. The cutter, no options. The leveler, same. And the two machines, like I say, this one has the forestry and standard. And this one has with the front support, which isn't just the fronts. Actually, yes it is. My bad. And forestry. So this is it with just the rear supports. You can see them back there. I believe you can put the leveler on it. We will test that as well. And that's it in the store. So the difference between, I'll use the grabs here, this version out of the grab and this will mount directly to the curl cylinder right here, where this version basically has a ball and socket, so it can move freely and swing around and whatnot. So without further ado, let's jump and take a look at the machines themselves. So the key factor on these is the dirt on them. I think is pretty neat. Could do with some improvement. There's some definitely, if I'll zoom up here, some hard edges. Just where the lift cylinders are there, and up here I have noticed some very hard edges and cuts and the way it's moved around. The crawler tracks, again, they're just flat 2D. It would be nice if we had them 3D like what Giants can do. So is the track system better than Giants? I would have to say no, it's not, because Giants one actually looks 3D, this doesn't. Let's go on to the actual base textures themselves on the wheeled version, because they are exactly the same one, just one's slightly dirty, one's not. There is no cube map, there's nothing to give it definition. It seems very flat. You can definitely see that on the cylinders, how there's just no shine to it at all, like you would see on a hydraulic cylinder. None at all. Now, looking at real pictures of these as reference before I made this video, it's very hard to tell which is the correct colour and which isn't. I feel BlackSheep have gone to try and give it more of a used feel. So I can understand why there's no cube map, but it would be nice to see some definition on there with normal speculars or whatever to give it the look of having some dings, some dents, and useness in it, because it really doesn't. The hubs are shiny, got the cube map, because I don't know if they're default Giants wheels or not. So here it is with the stands, with the supporting legs. Of course it is off all 4 wheels. Now the wheels are front wheel steer only. I thought this was going to be a 4-wheel steer machine, but the real one isn't by the looks of it. So you can see the front wheels there. Another thing I will say, as soon as you jump into the cab, you'll notice the FOV changes. So basically, how you're looking around. Like you can see it doesn't look bad out here, then you get into it and you kind of, the camera's really drawn back. That doesn't look good at all. Any of you guys that have got this mod on PC, if you go into Giant Editor, you can change that, but you can really tell it's just giving you kind of a fishbowl effect, and I don't like that one bit. You can really see it when you turn how it's done that. I don't know if it's the same on consoles. So you can see the steering wheel. You can actually see part of the tyre turning there. The lighting on them. You can see we've got the lights on the dash there lighting up. So we'll put all the lights on so we can see that. Looks pretty good. They've got the yellowy tinge, which to the older machines I kind of like, I'm not going to lie. Oh, we'll throw the beacon on. Just your standard beacon there. The reverse light here, I don't know if it's a work light or not. Yeah. So you got the work lights on the top of the cab. This rear light here is a reversing light. So we'll switch all of them off and switch the beacon off. Does have a horn, mirrors, obviously you can see them there. I'm guessing all these light up even with a beacon. No, the beacon doesn't light up there. So the hydraulic controls. Now I use an Xbox controller, and using an Xbox controller on this, there is some confliction. Now I don't know for your console guys if it will have the same effect. Now I'll open up the F1 help so you guys can see what is going on. So your left bumper, which would be your left mouse button, on the controller it does your slew left and right on your left stick, so you can see that there, and your up and down on your left stick is your sort of second stage boom. Now on your right stick it's your curl cylinder, so you can see that moving there, and you're up and down on your main boom. Now on mouse, your left mouse button is the slew and your main boom. Your right mouse is the second stage and your curl left and right. Now, I was talking to Rainbow Dave before recording, and he was having issues with his being very sluggish. I have also had that before restarting the game to take the thumbnail for the video, so I don't know what that deal's all about. Now you can see as well, change group control. Now this is the issue with this one particularly. You can see left bumper, right analog stick to change the group. Now it's going to make a liar of me and actually work, isn't it? Yes it is. GG. Now I was changing the group as well using the left analog stick and pushing down. And it was doing some weird stuff. So I'm not sure what that was all about, but maybe it was me not reading stuff. Okay. I've been proven wrong. We'll start it up. Not sure if it's a default noise or anything like that. Sounds pretty good. I saw someone say that apparently the smoke was going the wrong direction. Doesn't appear to be. You can see the lights strobing away, probably because it's off the ground. It doesn't know what to do, but that doesn't strobe when you're going along normally. Normally, I've got drive control on, so if you have drive control on, rear wheels only, and then you put the four-wheel drive on, stop, and start, and that'll kick in properly. I imagine this is permanent four-wheel drive all the time. Alright, so let's move on to the tracked variation with the leveler. I must say the leveler does look good with its worn effect and kind of some shine to it. So does it have a cube map on most of this stuff? I don't know. I really don't know. Are those steps a different colour? Kind of look like it with the light on. I'll jump into the cab. So what's different in the cab? Really, we've just got two tillers here for the left and right tracks. They do move as you turn your keys to move. Another camera here. Again, same on the wheeled version for your booms and stuff like that. It's definitely different for sure. So as it's set up right now, it's on the leveler. We can disconnect the leveler and you will see there's a lot of stuff that gets swapped out. So what I'll do is I'll open up Courseplay here. So we have a mouse cursor. All of this here, up to where you see the bolts for the slewing action there. Ring gear, I think it is called along here. That's all part of the leveler. So it's a huge chunk of the machine which kind of appears and disappears. Not sure how I feel about that, but again, in the real one, that's probably the same case. That unit is pretty much all that metal works for the blade. Up and down on the blade, so you can lift it for that, which is probably how I'll use it. I'm not going to be testing the level of function today. I'll let you guys do that. It's just kind of going over the review of it. So we'll start this one up, and you'll see one of the issues I've got with the tracks. So they do sound pretty much exactly the same. Now it sounds pretty good, the thumping of the tracks being moved. I think it could be turned down a hair if I was going to be picky. But let's have a look at the movement of the wheels and the track itself. Now I'm just going to turn over here so I'm out of the way. You see the idler wheel just going, spinning crazy fast. Well, not the idler wheel, they're actually the drive gear. And the track's kind of going slow. Yeah, that doesn't look so good. It really doesn't. The handling of the tracks will go in reverse. It will pretty much lock one up so it can spin on a dime, which is good to see. A lot of people have had issues getting the track systems to work properly in Farm Sim in the past, and this seems to be working with no issues at all. Okay, so one thing you guys are going to have to remember, I will refer to FDR, First Day Reviews, and his forestry equipment. Many of you may know him for doing the US style forestry equipment. He's always tried to get the excavators to work properly with buckets and any attachment, and they always lag behind. It's an issue to do with the game's physics. And unfortunately, same to be the case in this. You'll see stuff, if you move really quickly, lagging behind. Any of BlackSheep's sort of videos putting it out there, you can see them purposely try and go slow to stop this, but they do move around. Now it does have the power to lift it up completely, and we'll do that there. So we can have a look underneath the frame. Not really there, but you kind of get what I mean. And we'll lift it back up. How does it feel on a controller with the movements? It actually feels somewhat natural, to be quite honest. Very much similar to, I would say, Gold Rush. Now I could probably get used to it pretty quick. The slow in action is a bit of a pain to get used to because it is moving as well when you're trying to do that. Mouse and keyboard, I don't know. I would definitely probably recommend a joystick or two using this, or even an Xbox controller just for operating this Liebherr, because it is a it's definitely more suited to a controller, as you guys can see, instead of having to left click and right click and nope, screw that. And then of course Courseplay will pop up if you have that installed, but that's an easy fix on that. So we'll move this backwards and we'll just drop off the implement, so you'll see that get dropped there, and we'll put on the grab here, so you'll see the two variations of the boom. So all of a sudden that's got basically a ball attached to it. Now I don't know if we can, yeah, see, we can spin it around, but we can't move the angle of it, which ideally it could do with being moved out. But you can basically see if we move forward and backwards, it free floats all the way around and swings, but it's the latency is unreal with this one for sure. And that, again, that's issues with the game. That's possibly could get tweaked somehow with the model. I don't know much about it at all, but it doesn't look too good admittedly. So we'll drop that, and that's been dropped. And let's go take a better look at the wheeled version and how that drives. And you can see the reverse light's okay now, it's not off on the ground. And into the wheeled version, so we will drop, what are we on? There we go. We'll drop the feet back down. And change to the boom controls, fire it up. Now this goes down the road we'll leave the boom at quite a lick of speed. Turns quite nicely, leaves tracks, goes along the road, like I say, very nicely. I will say we are on Oakfield, which has also been released today, so if you guys want a fantastic British map from Oxford and David at Frontier Designs, go download it. Of course I would say that. It drives along quite nicely, and it's definitely something I'm going to keep on the map, the wheeled version over the tracked version, prefer it to be quite honest. But that FOV's got to change for me personally. You can see the way the steering wheel works and all that good stuff. We'll swap over to, say, the for a... Keep on holding the bumper, and I slew over. Which is a pain in the butt. We'll connect up the forestry cutter here. There we go, we've got that. Lift that up. So that basically goes like this. It's kind of like a fella buncher or whatever they call them in the States, I forget now. Didn't mean to do that. What is it to switch it on? That one. So you can kind of hear it running, not really. We'll switch off. I guess if we switch it off. Yeah, it's going to stop. So we can't hear that. And with that, we can... Once we have it selected, we can do... What is it? With both bumpers down, we can shut the grabs here. And also, typical BlackSheep style, we have the door which opens on mouse control. So basically you can have your door open. Something I've got quite wildly known for from the Massey pack. So that is that. The other one that we can spin up is the stump grinder right over here. And with this, I'll get this... I believe it's going to be this direction. I think I've got it. Have I got it the right way? I don't know if I've got it the right way. I will soon find out. No, I didn't. So it's got a bit more of some noise to it, to say the least. And we'll lift the machine up with that so you guys can see underneath it how that looks. So basic modelled axle, it doesn't need to be any fantastic. Belly pan, rear axle. That's how I figured out it's not supposed to steer. I wasn't too sure if it would or not. Would be nice to see the feature of possibly adding different tyres to the machine itself. That would kind of cause some flotations or the dual option. We'll drop this, and what I want to check out is we'll go to the standard version of this. So we'll go customize without front support, hit OK. So this is how it looks without the front support. Very bare, looks like there's definitely something missing. So we'll go over to the tracked version, we'll put the blade on and give that a go. And I will probably quickly buy a trailer and see about the trailer hitches on them. I'll pull forward here. Drop that, back that up. I've got a feeling it's going to work, it should do anyway. And over we go. Yep, it works. Perfect. So of course with that you can then put that down, change your group. Change the group. And fold these down. There you go, so it's somewhat off the ground. I think if I was going to use it for loader work, I'd probably have both feet on it. And be able to hot swap it around when needs be. I do like the way the feet do come down though, and they kind of fold out. It's pretty neat. Now let's quickly go over here, see if yeah, we'll just buy a trailer. We'll buy a trailer quick and see if it will load it. Just a random one. Trailers, and I believe I've seen it with this. Now, I believe these do work from seeing all the BlackSheep's videos in the past, but it's a case of, is this a low hitch, is it a high hitch, what type of hitch is it? Now obviously the crawler version doesn't have a trailer hitch, doesn't need to, and I believe this is the correct height by the looks of it. Yep, and it will hook up with no issues at all, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to wrap it up here. It's about 20 minutes long. I hope that I've covered pretty much everything I've seen with it. Let's make this Juan dirty as well, so you guys can see the full dirt range. That's fully dirty, I believe, and I know that is. And then clean. So that's it, fully dirty. I like it. I don't know if it's a custom one or not. And there is a couple of hard edges which could do with improving, but it does look good. for the most part. Of course, the tyres and all of that will get dirty, along with the tracks. You can start seeing it there on the tracks. I have noticed the implements and the tracks and stuff like that do get dirty very quick. Yeah, the bale grab, you can start to see some dirt appearing on there. And I literally just moved it across to take a thumbnail photo. And here's the grain, so you can load up grain. So I've not gone over everything, not sure out how everything works really, because, well, I can't. And I guess it all does. Maybe I should. If tune into the live stream later today, because I'll probably be giving it a go then, to be quite honest with you. So until next time, I hope you have enjoyed. Quick overview of the Liebherr 902 from BlackSheep Modding. I definitely give it a good 4 stars personally, and I did. So until next time, make sure you rate the mods on the mod hub. Catch you guys later. See ya.